So to those folks who know me, it's well and great. And to those folks who don't know me, myself Shivam Tyagi, and I have been with DoK for like a year or so, and it has been the best part of my open source journey. So since we have got a very small window, I would be sharing what I learned as a guy who just knew the spelling of Kubernetes to someone who is actually giving a presentation on how we actually use Kubernetes. It's been a long journey. So there we go. And I would like to help everyone who wishes to or aims on starting the same. So coming to think of it, if you could just give me a moment. Okay, I have listed basically tons of resources and my personal experience where DoK can help you sign and I can help you get started with Kubernetes. So first of all, if you want to join us, please go to our Slack and say in our introduce yourself channel. You can just say hi, or in our beginner arena, you can just start with your questions. There, the slides will be definitely be shared with you, and so these are the basic resources that can help you get an initial head start. uh, some books, as in the books that are usually beginner friendly, and it is a gradual process where it starts from an initial stage and has the some the folks who are already in the Kubernetes community. So our agenda of our meeting would be what is Kubernetes, getting started with it, and how does it affect the security. All right. So what exactly is Kubernetes? Coming to think of it, everyone just says Kubernetes is an orchestration tool. What exactly is Kubernetes is an orchestrator? So if you have ever been to an opera, there is this guy with a stick and goes like dum 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 dum, that he manages everything, every single set of instrument that is being played. So in a similar way, Kubernetes helps in to manage the pods that are running in action. And not just that, it is not just a mere orchestration tool. It also helps us in achieving other things other than the managing the pods, such as memory allocation, password security, logging everything, is keeping a log of everything, and so that there is no, and also make sure that there is zero downtime. Let's say if you are suddenly owning a big company such as Twitter and there's downtime, definitely the people would be pretty not very happy about it. So that is kind of deal that Kubernetes saves us from. And coming to the next topic, a very if you are trying to dive into Kubernetes, there would be one common question, as in what is containers, what is clusters. These are the basic things that you would be you have to tackle. So in short, a cluster is a collection of worker nodes. And what is exactly is worker node? Is it where we write codes now? There the one that actually the action happen, that is called as a worker node. And then we have a schedule, control panel. Control panel, it manages all of it. And then there is this kubectl, as in we have to have a way to communicate to the worker nodes that we are running an action on. That happens through a command line tool, that is kubectl. We will dive deeper into it in the next slides. So how Kubernetes works. Exploring the architecture of Kubernetes is a basic. Help you
So
get started with Kubernetes. One of them would be learning about the architecture. So coming to the architecture is basically the kubectl goes like, hey, I would like to create some pods. Can you please do it for me? So the Kubernetes API server would there send the request to the worker nodes, where the worker nodes would be like, hey kubelet, can you please schedule a pod that could happen, that could make this action possible? it would be like, yes, I can definitely do that. So it will start a new worker node. Otherwise, it goes back to the API server where a scheduler unit starts. That is basically an overview of the Kubernetes architecture. And as I said, there is a master node and there is a worker node. And the worker node so as to manage the multiple pods that are running on your system. And there is an interesting blog that you can give a read to if you want dive deeper into the Kubernetes architecture. So uh, there is this a small saying that Kubernetes is more like Kafka. What exactly is this? It's an autonomous process reacting to the events as an API server calls. If you can see, there is this memory allocation within the CPU, and that happens to create replica sets that further creates a pod, and then finally the action happens. We would it kind of starts to feel overwhelming, as in what is a replica, what is a horizontal pods autoscaler. I got you covered, everyone. So in the next slides, I will be talking about every single detail that would help you throughout the basic terminologies that can get you started with Kubernetes, as in the stateful set, what is config map, the secrets, the persistent values, all of it. So there you go. A pod, as in, if you can say, everyone just says that pod is the smallest scheduling unit. So what exactly is a scheduling unit? Can if anyone can help me answer it, it would be pretty cool. And but in case you want to know, a scheduling unit is where you write a bunch of code and then it kind of talks internally so as to create so as to run the containers where the whole operation could that you need to perform could happen. So all right, then there comes a terminology called replica set. What exactly is a replica set? Replica means copy, where a copy would be you created a pod. Now you want to have another set of it, so you won't be writing all of code again. You would just call a replica set. That would because that would help that would be controlled through something known as replication control. And these all actions are kind of scheduled automatically with actions known as cron jobs. All right. So if you want to have a look, I have listed every single detail. You can just have a look, and I would appreciate any questions that comes to your mind after reading through it. So let's get into the good part, as in getting started with Kubernetes. How does one get started with Kubernetes? What is what is Docker and everything? Like, all right, let's just get started. So to get started with Kubernetes, it would be first thing, they offer the best documentation that is out there. Apart from it, you can just try and see what the documentation of Kubernetes looks like. It definitely will help you if you have a initial basic idea. Okay, so next is you can reach out for few boot camps that are there are tons of resources that will help you out. I will also list a few of them that I found helpful. And there so running Kubernetes on your local system would basically require two things, as in you need to set up a minikube and have the Docker desktop. If you have the kubectl, if you have these things set up, you are all good to go with the Kubernetes thing. All right. So if you want to say, hey, this looks pretty damn like amazing and stuff, but I don't know where to get started from Kubernetes. Minikube. So you can go to the link. There is everything. Like Abhishek Tiwari is there with all of the best tutorials on Minikube. On Mac OS systems, considering I will definitely have variety of audience. So you can just to install kubectl, you can run the commands as pre-install kubectl. Otherwise, you could go to the documentation that is oh, all right. I'm sorry. I believe. Right. Uh, you can go to this. I'm sorry, I guess there is a glitch right now. All right. Oh, okay. I believe it's okay now. Okay. So, um, okay, like, all right. These, sorry, where was I? Sorry for that, folks. And once you have set up the kubectl, you could just, make sure by typing in kubectl version. And there are a bunch of commands that can help you through, aliasing through it. And again, coming to the cheat sheets, as in how can someone, the resources that will get you started with. There are tons of codes that you have to write and read in Kubernetes. So, such as the YAML files and everything. So, to make your life easier, we have tools that do it automatically, as in Kubens and everything. And coming to think of it, if you want to read this book, as in Kubernetes in Action, this is a great resource to get started with for the beginners. Security, as in why is everyone after Kubernetes and how is it actually helping everyone? So it basically, every container that you run comes with its own identity. All right, that kind of, in my language, I can explain to you that the identities that are awarded to each and every containers, that kind of help you through a better security version or security versions that are offered through through Kubernetes and stuff. All right. So coming the best practices that professionals and everyone that kind of have been using throughout these years would be, as in you can use SSH keys to the Kubernetes nodes, and then you can allocate passwords and API tokens in the whole system. That provides you an extra layer of security, because everything here go in images goes layer by layer and layer by layer. So I have also mentioned cheat sheets, as in how could these commands, a bunch of commands that could help you with getting started. Not just getting started, but once you have that momentum with you to continue it, is because the main problem is we have the momentum, we don't know where to go from now, right? This has been a problem with me, and these are the few things that I that kind of helped me, as this hands-on tutorial with Kubernetes. Once you have the knowledge, don't get stuck in the Kubernetes tutorial here. It's a very vast place. Other repository you can visit is Bob Killen. He has got some best Kubernetes tutorials that are out there. And you can also throw yourself personal challenges of 90 days of DevOps, as something that is very, very active on Twitter these days, is Michael Cade's 90 days DevOps challenge. And the tips and tricks, obviously, it can these are the bunch of commands that are frequently asked. And that's me signing off. And in case, I believe it's all covered, and thank you for having me.
And perfect. Excellent job, Shivam. Thank you very much for that presentation. Kubernetes made easy for folks who want to get started. Nice technical advice there. Not making it overwhelming, making it nice and smooth for folks to get on there. Thank you very much.